Hey, Brad Mavis, founder of the Mavis Group CFOs, talking about some commonly asked questions relates to the employee retention tax credits. One of the questions I get a lot is, well, so how does this work? Like, what's your process look like? It's a pretty straightforward process. We always follow the same three-step process every single time we're working with you to get these to get these credits. And this process actually extends to everything we do, right? Any type of engagement we have, and it goes into three steps: data gathering, analysis, submission. Right, so it's always those three steps. The first step is data gathering. First thing we do is we have a simple list of documents that we need to gather in order to complete the calculations. So, things like your 941s, your employee earnings by quarter, your PPP, any PPP forgiveness amounts, revenue numbers, the high level stuff, right? The things that we need in order to calculate the credits and ensure that when we're calculating these, we're not inadvertently adding extra things on there that you're not supposed to add. That the employees that need to be excluded are excluded, that the wages, the qualified wages are appropriately calculated, that the non-qualified wages are appropriately excluded, all that stuff, right? And that goes in that second phase, which is the analysis. Once we have all the documentation, then we do the heavy lifting on our side. It's the analysis, right? So we're putting together those forms, those calculations, ensuring that we are following all the rules, that we're not double dipping. That's a big part of the rules here is don't double dip. So if you got the PPP, if you had sick and family leave, if you had extra aid, you don't want to double dip. So you make sure we're excluding all of that for the purposes of the calculation. And then the third part is once we do our analysis, and once we determine what the total amounts of the credits are, what the covered periods are, what the qualifying periods are, we review that with you. And then we actually fill out the forms, right? And there's different forms for different time periods. We might be amending previous forms that we've already filed. We might be incorporating this in the current quarter's filing. We might be filing for it in advance. So there's different forms that you have to file and submit. So we do all of that. And then where we see a lot of mistakes, people overlook things, is compiling all the supporting documentation. Right. So go back to step one. We have all this information. Now we need to compile that supporting documentation. Right. So there might be government orders, government mandates, health department orders, that regulate how you're able to do business, as well as all those employee numbers and calculations. So that's the third part, is gathering all the supporting documentation. So it's all in one place, all in one repository. So if there's ever a question that comes up, ever a question of how was this calculated, what'd you do, how does this work, we all have it in one solid place. So if you have questions about these tax credits, want to know how they work, if you're not sure if you qualify, not sure if the calculations are correct, maybe you filed for one quarter, but you're not sure if you qualify for another quarter, please reach out. Happy to help walk through your situation and see if what you might need to do to maximize these credits. Thanks. Talk soon.